UFC Fight Night Luque versus Muhammad 2. Full card, most confident picks. Now, you've seen fight cards before, like even last week with Petr Yan losing to Aljamain Sterling by split decision. We saw Khamzat Chimaev almost lose a decision to Gilbert Burns, losing one of those rounds. We've seen Juliana Pena lose. So there's been plenty of those situations where the humongous favorite ends up losing, or they end up in a very close fight. That's why I kind of want to distinguish some of my more confident picks on this card, and we're going to be doing this for every UFC card from now on, is because I don't want you guys to think I'm 100% confident in someone like Pannie Kianzad. Pannie's like a 3 or 4 to 1 favorite on this card. She's not a super confident pick by any means, so we're going to go through my very confident picks, my, I'm confident in them picks, and then my, slightly confident. I'm just leaning towards them to win the fight. I'm not really like, oh yeah, they're totally going to win. I'm just, leaning towards them to win the fight. So we're going to check the betting odds as well, just to get a little idea of what the public thinks and what the bookies think as well. The odds are going to be down here. So we're going to go from bottom to top and look at the ones that I'm just slightly leaning one way or the other. So the first guy that I'm slightly leaning his way to actually win is going to be Kevin Croom. He's an underdog for this fight, I believe, plus 150, plus 140, somewhere around that range on the betting odds. Yeah, plus 158, plus 162. It's a very slight lean. Definitely not a fight that I'm going to be confident with for Kevin Croom, is just because he's a very unpredictable guy. Sometimes he goes out there, he looks really bad, then pops a submission. Sometimes he goes out there and easily gets the submission, and sometimes he just gets absolutely dominated in the strike. And there's two things that can happen here. Either Haley Alate goes out there and just outstrikes him for 3 rounds, or Kevin Croom keeps it very even on the feet, mixes in the takedowns, and wins. So it's a very unpredictable fight. That's why I'm just slightly confident on Kevin Croom, one of my least confident picks of the card right there. Next for, slightly leaning towards them to win the fight is going to be Jesse Ronson. That's another fight where it's very unpredictable. I mean, it is 50-50 on the betting odds for a reason. Literally minus 110 and then minus 110, as it should be, in my opinion, because of how unpredictable the fight is. Javi Garcia is a solid striker, solid grappler. I mean, both guys here are very even in every facet of the game, but there is that age discrepancy there for Javi Garcia, but there is the height and reach that is going to go Jesse Ronson. I think the striking of Jesse Ronson, the volume, the cardio, will get him the win, but it's another one of those, just slightly leaning Jesse Ronson to win that fight. Another fighter that I'm slightly leaning to win on the card would probably be Devin Clark. He'd be another one where I'm just slightly leaning for them to win the fight. William Knight's one of those guys where he can definitely steal some rounds on the scorecards, or he can definitely knock you out. And that is why William Knight is a live underdog right there. And that's why I'm not going to be super confident on Devin Clark winning, because we know William Knight has that one-punch power to land that shot on Devin Clark and knock him out. The reason I'm still going to go Devin Clark is he didn't get knocked out by Kutalaba. He did get knocked out by Rakic and then Alex Nicholson back there, but he showed a lot of heart and determination to not get finished in that last fight with Kutalaba. And I do think the fight goes all the way. I think Clark just outpoints him on the feet to a decision, but the reason I'm just slightly leading Devin Clark to win there is because I can definitely see a path to victory with William Knight landing that one punch, knocking him out, or maybe just clinching up with Devin Clark, landing a few big shots per round and just slightly getting it like he did in the Alonzo Minifield fight. So yeah, very slightly leaning Devin Clark there. Another one I'm slightly leaning, not really super confident, is going to be another one of my underdog picks of the card in Caio Borralho. Such a crazy matchup, two really good prospects in this middleweight division. I mean, if you look at the height advantage for Gaji's 3 inches, he's got the undefeated record. Caio Borralho with an 8-inch reach advantage and almost an undefeated record. It is a super 50-50 fight. I am leaning Caio Borralho to win, but again, it's not one of those knows I'm going to say I'm super confident on Kyle Barriola. Not even, I'm just, pretty confident on him. I am not confident on Kyle Barriola. I'm just barely, slightly leaning towards Kyle Barriola to win the fight because he is the better grappler, and then in the striking, he can make it very, very even. Magaji has the wrestling, so that is another super 50-50 fight as it shows on the betting odds. And yeah, I'm just slightly leaning Kyle Barriola. So the guys I'm least confident with on the card are going to be Kyle Barriola, Devin Clark, Jesse Ronson, and then Kevin Croom, and one more. We're going to add the last one onto the list. Is going to be Jordan Leavitt. I do think he's going to win the fight. He's one of the ones I would say is the upper tier of the slightly confident picks. He's probably my most confident out of my least confident, if you guys can understand that. But yeah, he did lose to Claudio Puelles right there, which does worry me a little bit. He does have the submission game to TKO you, submit you at literally any moment of the fight. But with Trey Ogden being the taller, lengthier guy, if he can just not get taken down by Jordan Leavitt, he can make it a very close fight in the striking and just slightly outpoint Jordan Leavitt on the feet. But he has been submitted in pretty much all of those 4 losses, so I do think Jordan Leavitt will get the submission. But it's another one of those I'm slightly leaning because I could see a possibility Trey Ogden just strikes for 3 rounds, plays it really, really safe, just does not do anything with the grappling, and slightly edges out a decision. But yeah, those are my, I think it was 5 slightly leans in Kevin Croom, Jordan Leavitt, Jesse Ronson, Devin Clark, and then Kyle Barriola. Now, after that one, these ones are going to be like, yeah, I have a good amount of confidence on them, but I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm super, super confident. These are the ones I would say right around the, I'm trying to think of another guy I can compare it to. Maybe if we go on to another fight card, who would be like a decent comparison to how confident I'm feeling right here? Maybe like a Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson type of confidence, but I'm not too sure. If I can explain it to you, it's just, I'm not slightly leaning them to win. I'm confident in them to win, but I'm not super confident. It's just right in that middle range of confidence on these guys. The first one is going to be down near the bottom in Estela Nunez. I'm not going to be slightly leaning towards her because she definitely is the better fighter in pretty much every aspect of the game. She's the better striker, got the better Muay Thai, the boxing. Her takedown defense is decent, even though she did get taken down a lot by Ariane Carnelosi. Ariane Carnelosi is a beast on the ground with the wrestling and grappling, so she'd be a one I'm confident in. I would say 7 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, she's probably gonna win that fight. I'm confident on her to win. Not super confident though, because Sam Hughes could definitely go out there and do a smart game plan and go out there and just try to wrestle Estela Nunez like Ariane Carnelosi did, but she's nowhere near the wrestler as Ariane, so Estela Nunez should definitely win there. Another one I'm confident in, but I'm not super confident in, is gonna be Pannie Kianzad. The reason being is because we don't know what Lena Landsberg's going to do out there. The reason I'm not going to be super confident, even though she's way younger, she's actually more experienced than Lena Landsberg, and she's a little bit lengthier than Lena Landsberg. She has all of these advantages here: the better striker, better grappler. Maybe not the better grappler, but that's kind of one of those fights. We saw a lot of veterans go out there and fight Pannie Kianzad, including Raquel Pennington, and we've seen a lot of other veterans go out there and beat the new and up-and-coming girls, like Sarah McMahon just beat Carol Rosa a few weeks back. So I don't know what Lena Landsberg's going to look like out there. She could go out there and look like absolutely garbage out there against Pannie Kianzad, but we have no idea what she's been doing in the last 2 years and 2 months. So it's one of those, I'm confident on Pannie Kianzad because I know her skills. It's just I can't say for sure how confident I could be with a girl that's taken a 2-year layoff. We don't know how much she's improved or even actually gotten worse. We really have no idea. So I'm going to be confident on Pannie, but I'm not super confident on that one. The one after that is going to be Miguel Baeza, and the reason being, Andre Fialho is a very, very solid fighter. He's only lost to mainly UFC level guys. Chris Curtis right there by 3rd round knockout, Chidi Njokuani, and then Michel Pereira. He beat James Vick, a UFC fighter. He beat Stefan Sekulic, another UFC fighter, and then I'm pretty sure there was one more, but I might be missing it. And then he lost one time to Antonio Dos Santos Jr., but he's a very solid striker. Before joining the UFC, he was on a 4-fight knockout streak. He's got a lot of power in his hands, a really good kicking game. The body kicks are really good. The counter punching is definitely there. And the chin of Miguel Baeza, it was cracked in the fight with Santiago Ponzinibbio. Then it fully got cracked against Chaos Williams, as he did end up getting knocked out. I'm still going to go Miguel Baeza. I am confident in him to win the fight, but it's one of those you can't be super confident fighting a guy like Andre Fialho, who is a very, very solid striker, and Miguel Baeza coming off those two devastating losses, a war with Santiago Ponzinibbio, then a knockout against Chaos Williams. So he's one of my least confident picks, if I can say that. So, and then the last one for confident picks, not super confident, just, I'm confident in them to win, is going to be Vicente Luque. That's about it. This one is probably right around the Miguel Baeza range of confidence is. I can see Vicente Luque going out there and absolutely dominating Belal Muhammad, going out there just outstriking him, submitting him on the ground, knocking him out on the feet. I can totally see that. But we've all said that before. We've said that in the Steve Wonderboy Thompson fight. We did say that in the Leon Edwards fight. That probably was what's gonna happen in that one. But we know what Belal is capable of with the wrestling. We know this is not a lock. This is not one I'm gonna go out there and say I'm so confident on Vicente Luque, because we did see him get taken down by me. By Michael Chiesa in the last fight before he did get the submission. But if you're getting taken down by Michael Chiesa in the fight, Belal Muhammad is a much better wrestler, in my opinion, and will be able to grind a little bit better. And I believe Belal does have the better submission defense than Michael Chiesa. So, yeah, this is a little bit of a close fight. I am pretty confident on Vicente Luque winning, as he is the better striker. He's got the better jiu-jitsu. He is going to be lengthier than him on the feet. He is a lot younger, so there's a lot of things going Vicente. But yeah, Belal just worries me with the wrestling there, so he would be a confident pick, but again, not a super confident. Now, for the super confident picks, we're gonna go on to number 1, Martin Buday right here. So you can't necessarily go out there and say you're super confident going against Chris Barnett, but I'm going to say it, man. This prospect here, Martin Buday, has been looking absolutely amazing. Going out there fighting Lorenzo Hood on the Contender Series, getting the fight to the clinch, and absolutely dominating. He laid in some crazy knees to the thigh, to the body, and ended up just TKOing him in the clinch with 4 seconds left. Before that, getting every single win by a finish, only losing to Juan Espino. That is the only guy to beat Martin Buday, is Juan Espino. Juan Espino has only lost to Vitaly Minakov, a 22-2 fighter over there in a Bellator. That is one of his losses. The other one, Alexander Romanov, undefeated fighter. And this is the guy that Martin Buday has lost to. That is about it. He is so much better than Chris Barnett in every facet of the game. He's the better boxer. Maybe not the better kicker, I would say, because Chris Barnett does have the spinning wheel kick to look back on in his highlight reel. But Buday is the better boxer. He's the better in the clinch. He's got the better jiu-jitsu, the better wrestling. It's just a better fighter here. I think he outclasses Chris Barnett in every facet here, and I'm gonna expect either a late TKO or late submission, second or third round, probably the end of the second round or the beginning of the third round. Martin Buday by finish is probably what's gonna happen there. So yeah, I'm pretty confident on Martin Buday to win him. It's one of my more confident picks of the card because he is just an absolute ferocious guy in the clinch, and he's better than Barnett in pretty much every facet there. So that is one of the super confident. The other one, Drakkar Closey. Again, if I'm saying that one correctly. Brandon Jenkins, he lost to Zhu Rong. That is not a good look whatsoever. Drakkar Closey, if he fought Zhu Rong, I can't even tell you what he would do to Zhu Rong. He would absolutely dominate him. Yes, Jenkins has the surprise factor of going out there, landing those flying knees, and landing that one punch and getting the knockout and things like that. But the Drakkar Closey is so much of a better boxer. He's fought much better competition, almost knocked out Benil Dariush. So I think he's gonna just play it very, very safe on the feet, be very, very calm, let Jenkins throw all the crazy strikes he needs to in the first round, and then TKO him later on in the fight. So I think Closey's pretty much better everywhere. If he can take down Brandon Jenkins if he wants to. So yeah, that is one of my more confident picks to the card as well. Another one is going to be Pat Sabatini, and he's another one just like a Martin Buday. He's pretty much better everywhere that fight goes. Against TJ Laramie. TJ Laramie lost to Derek Minner about a year and 6 months ago, so he's got a long layup. But Sabatini is 2 inches taller, 4 inches lengthier, in the prime of his career. Submitted guys like Jamal Emmers, decision Tristan Connolly, beat Jesse Stern, and then Tucker Lutz. Come on, it's going to be a domination, definitely. You can understand why he's one of my more confident guys in the card. Probably my number 1 or number 2 most confident picks of the card. Now, this one would be my least confident out of the most confident. And the reason is, Yen Wu, I mean, she's got solid striking. I mean, she's got really good volume, decent power in her hands. It's one of those fights where if she can defend the takedowns, keep the fight on the feet, stay away from the power punches of Mayra Bueno Silva, you know, she can definitely find a way to edge out a decision on those judges' scorecards. But Mayra Bueno Silva, she's in the prime of her career. She's 30 years old. She's a little bit lengthier there. She's a little bit smaller in terms of height, but she's the better wrestler. She's the better jiu-jitsu girl. She's got the arm bars in her record as well. She's got the much more powerful punches, and she did show pretty good striking against Amanda Fierro. So that is another one of my more confident picks of the card. So my most confident picks on this card are going to be Martin Buday, Drakkar Closey, Pat Sabatini, and Mayra Bueno Silva. My confident picks of the card. They can definitely go the other way, but I'm still confident on them to win. Vicente Luque, Miguel Baeza, let's see, Penny Kianzad, where is he? And then Estella Nunez right there. And then the ones that I'm just, slightly leaning. Kevin Croom, Jordan Leavitt, Jesse Ronson, Devin Clark right there, and then Kyle Barriola. Vicente Luque is another one of those kind of mid-confident range guys. So, yeah, those are my most confident picks of the card, my least confident picks of the card, and pretty much everything right there. So, I can't wait for the fight card to happen. We did get one cancellation in Alyssa Zaleski and Munir Lazez. So, if you guys are watching the video, once this fight has been canceled, and maybe Munir Lazez gets a replacement opponent, we will be doing a prediction for that one in the next coming days, if that does actually get announced and he does get a new opponent. But yeah, we'll see. We might have to update this confidence video, but yeah, we'll see about that. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and put your confident picks down below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Let's go.